Yo, what up? And this is about Gaia, aka Earth, the plane and reality that we live in, the earthly natures, Mother Nature. It gets deep, but I'm gonna try to explain it the best way I can. So, this Earth is the accumulation that we're creating as a collective, all species, organisms, from our subconscious mind. So, fire, water, air, and earth is how it's coming together and bringing all these um, densities into reality. So fire will be the spark of something new, an expression, a vision, an idea. So that's externalizing. The spirit created these emanations um, to develop a mind, and then the mind is creating um, thoughts and feelings that can externalize and internalize and become its own and go into that reality and to become dense. So this is playing out in many different types of frequencies and vibrations, and those little dimensions, those first thoughts and feelings are its own dimensions within a larger dimension, like bodies and cells type shit. So fire would be the spark of something new, the idea, the beginning of spring, and then water would be the emotions to internalize what you externalized. So now comes the air. You know, once you externalize and internalize, externalization is still there. So it keeps internalizing and it keeps, you know, coming up with new things, ideas, and that's what the air is, the thinking, and then which later comes on, goes about with communication. Once it develops those, um, blueprints and minds and organs and shit. And then once the air is all about thinking and coming up with new ideas and thoughts, and air is already scattered. It has no practicality yet. That's when the earth comes to make it dense and solid. So once the thinking comes, once it starts thinking and putting the pieces together, and this is where earth comes in play to make something practical and hard and dense. And with all these four elements, this is how we're making our reality, all species regardless, to a certain percentage level. So this is how we are creating mini earth within us, many different many different realities and dimensions, but they're all in the same reality that we're in. So as a collective, subconsciously, all our individual spaces, we are creating Gaia Earth, and each spirit is resonating with each other due to um, synchronized evolution. So this is what we are doing at the moment, and it is what it is, because we were all birthed from that one spirit that developed all of this as the first thought and feeling, and the first emanations of that spirit. So yeah, many people don't realize that this is the real truth, and indoctrinated people believe that we are just on Earth in the middle of space, which is um, the highest treasonous indoctrination concept of humanity, leading into lostness I've ever discovered through my spiritual awakening. When I was still trying to put the pieces together. But yeah, it's once people realize this is like um some news breaking shit, like for the spirit. And they will never look, if they ever try to, if they ever come across this awakening and information, they will never look at the world the same, because a lot of people are lost and they are zombies, and they're just going about life like not realizing the true power. Like, this is what we're doing. How else are we creating reality? You had to have an imagination of something before you create it. This goes with technology and everything, and concepts. Making a chair, you have to imagine a chair first, a concept, to even begin to gather up the resources and the blueprints to make that chair, and come up with the logical aspects and thinking processes and the angles to make that chair. So the fire is the spark of something new, aka visioning an idea, to sit down. I'm talking about the chair right now. So once you make sense of that and go for it, that's internalizing. And now you're thinking about it, how to structure that chair, coming up with the angles and mathematical equations. And what resources do you need? That's the thinking, the air. And the earth is to practicalize it, put it into shape and form. And that's how we made the chair. So when it comes to I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so when it comes to every trait and mentality, aka the zodiac signs, the earth signs have the most senses and powers when it comes to this earth realm, because this is how we got here, through the mentalities, through the subconscious realm as a spirit. So if you're a spirit, if you have these practical thoughts that can become dense and make sense of things, this is how it came into existence from the subconscious realm, because we started thinking practical and it became dense, through internalizing the practicality. It all intertwines, the fire, the water, the air, and the earth, it all intertwines and makes sense of each other. And this is what all spirits are doing. And when all spirits are doing this together, at a similar location in space, within spirits, resonating with each other, this is what creates the combination, the togetherness, and you're resonating with that spirit. So it becomes a fusion, a friction, an event, and it takes shape and form. And when two stars collide and combine, it becomes something new. And everybody's different and have different types of thinking processes and imaginations, and coming up with different types of stars. And and there's a lot of friction here on earth. Too many people with biases and beliefs that caters to their emotions, and that creates division and just lack of awareness and trust within people, when we're all creating the same earth as within, as spirits. So it's like indoctrinated people who are into their own emotional biases or beliefs, like religion or whatever it is that caters to the emotions. This is how we're like stagnated when it comes to the spiritual growth and awakening. So we are on earth, which is what we are creating at the same time as spirits and organisms collectively. So earth is not something in outer space, or how God created it. God created it, but not the way you think it is. So we are that collective God. I hate saying God, but we are that collective that's creating this element, this realm that we're in. So once a religious person gets lost, or whatever biased person gets lost, an atheist, it doesn't matter what it is. If they don't know thyself, they're going to be lost here on earth, not realizing that this is the true power to create and internalize, and to become dense. But we can also take shape and form in all realms of reality. It doesn't have to be this dense, but we got stuck in the stimuli through our desires, and sometimes you have to go through these things to get out of it. And I guess that's all I have for now. Oh wait, I forgot to mention the zodiac signs. When it comes to the earth signs, they have the most power on earth because of the density that we're in. So nature, mother nature, the senses of practicality, the structure, Saturn. The earth signs of the zodiac signs have the most power here, especially Virgo, Capricorn, and Tauruses. Mostly Virgos, especially because of their nature to nurture, and to be mutable and to adapt to every situation, and gain some type of info when it comes to that material gain. Same thing goes for Capricorn, but not as much as Virgo, and more or less to the percentage scale when it comes to Tauruses, because they're practical in their own fixated way to stay in that possession, because they value the material. They value material, and so on. But I think that's all I have to say for now. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.